Nashville, Colorado. Big goings on, like we just said, at the Gila River Arena. So the Preds drew the Avalanche. Huge series here. It's only the second ever series between the two. The Preds beat them back on the first round in 2018. Interestingly, though, season series, which I do say throw it out with the trash because it really don't matter. But the Preds did beat them three out of 4 times this year, beat the Avs. Colorado, a huge favorite, minus 650 to make 100 for the series. If you throw 100 on the Preds, you get back 450. Of course, the big story here, Roman Josi versus Cale Makar. Obviously, they're not going to be going head-to-head, but that's the big story here. Biz, let's go to you first on this one. What do you got?
No, I like that little storyline going in, and I actually think that, like, for the sake of the league and not having Colorado walk over Dallas in 4, I think that the Preds could pick up a little bit or put up a little bit of a fight. Now, I mentioned that I mentioned it earlier that they did write their death sentence. Will they win this series without Saros? Is that how you say it? Saros?
Saros.
Absolutely not. But I could see them winning a couple games here. And we mentioned how much more physical they play than Dallas. At least they're going to bang them up a little bit more. So moving forward, it's just not going to be like Colorado getting over that mental hurdle and then walking through the Western Conference because they're sweeping everybody 4 straight. So tougher matchup for Nashville, but also a tougher matchup for Colorado, in my opinion, over Dallas. Am I wrong here?
I think that they're going to smash them. I think you said it best. If they win 1 game, if Nashville gets 1, it's like winning the series, and if they get 2, then the people who bet on Nashville should like get the money that they won because they are so overmatched. I mean, the seasons Forsberg and Duchesne had are incredible, but then you look at the other side. I mean, the depth Colorado has up front, the Taves and Makar pairing is out of this world. The goaltending is going to be an enormous issue. Saros could have given them a fighting chance, but this is going to be ugly, I think. And maybe they get a game in Nashville because of how amazing that crowd is. But my big question for this series, and I think it's one of the biggest questions on all Avs fans and all NHL fans' minds, is can Kadri control himself? Because they need him to win the Stanley Cup, right? They have all these guns there, but they need him in the way he plays and how he has to play on the edge. But we've seen him in the past, 3 playoffs? A suspension every single time in the first or second round. So if he can't control himself and all of a sudden you lose one of your most valuable guys, it's going to be hard for them. So that's something I'm really watching. And then Kemper. Kemper had a fantastic year. I mean, they needed to upgrade their goaltending. They went out and did it. They paid a steep price for him. And now he's going to have to kind of show up. And there's going to be games that they do get outplayed. It's the playoffs. It happens to everyone. Can he steal them a game or two? No matter what team you're looking at, they have to have a goalie play really solid throughout a run to the Stanley Cup. So I don't think the first round will present too much of a problem. But after that, we're looking at a big performance goaltending-wise for them to actually get that to that next level and finally get out of the second round. I think the last 4 or 5 years, last 3-4 years, they've lost in the second round. They have to make that next step. This year's first round will be no problem for them.
Yeah, we were talking to the score bet in Canada trying to get a prop on the Kadri suspension, yes or no. That didn't come through. But much like
they're
Florida,
like minus 250.
You're talking about Florida. Colorado did a lot of that this year too, kind of messing around, not coming out ready to play, and found themselves behind in the games. And then they had enough firepower to come back on the weaker teams. If they do that against Nashville, it's not going to be so easy to come back. So I would watch out there. I think they can steal a game on them.
Any concerns about Gabriel Landeskog coming off knee surgery? Hasn't played in a bit. I don't know if it was just cleaning something out, or you think he's going to be a little rusty, perhaps.
I just feel they're so loaded all the way down that if he gets no points in the first round and you still and if you find a way to lose, I wouldn't even fucking blame him. I just fucking say they're a bunch of bums who couldn't get over a mental hurdle.
As for Saros, yeah, he's still uncertain. They don't know if they're going to put in Riddick or this kid Connor Ingram. I mean,
so Ingram, I think he came in for the other night.
Yeah, he's the recall from AHL Milwaukee. Yep.
Yeah, and so it's between him and Riddick right now. So
That really sucks for Saros. I feel bad.
It's
the season he had to not get the chance to try to keep it going. That's such a kick in the dick for that entire team and him especially.
Can I make a kind of like a double prediction? I think if Saros is able to come back at least by game 3, I think that Nashville can push this series to 6. I think that if there's no sight of him, I think this is over in 5.
Just another note. If I'm an NHL team, I'm not letting my goalies near any of you guys anymore. First, it was Biz at the All-Star game with the Leafs, And then it's
What do you mean?
RA at the outdoor game meeting Saros, and now he's out.
Yep.
You know, you guys are
I
0
didn't
for
knock
2 on
anyone
meeting
out,
these
though.
goalies.
I mean,
Yikes.
I'm personally very confident the fact that Jack
You
Campbell
guys
took a
mushed
step-
them both.
He took a step back, and he's been on fire towards the end here.
I might not have started him 67 out of 82 games, though, if I was running the show. That's a lot of fucking games in this day and age. But you know, they did need to win. Also interesting, if he does get in, his save percentage versus Colorado this season was .914, which is pretty respectable for a team that puts that many points up. But that's obviously huge where the series is going to swing. We don't know who is going to be in net, but either way, we do need predictions. Whitney, who do you have in and how many?
I'm actually going to go Colorado in a sweep.
Colorado in 4. Merles.
Yeah, I got Colorado in 5. Nashville gets 1 home game.
Okay.
And if you guys will give me the lean on the Saros implication, I'm going to
No
say
leans allowed.
All right,
No leans
leans,
allowed.
no
all
leans.
right, let's go 6. I'm going to say 6 games. I believe Saros is going to come back at some point. He has to.
Colorado in 6. Grinelli.
I got Colorado in 5.
All right. I think I already said Nashville. And again, I made future bets before the season. I get 76 to 1 on Nashville. It looks like garbage now if Saros doesn't play, but I got to stick with it. I'm going to hope Saros gets in, and I'm going to go off the wall and say Nashville in 7.
Is that who you want, or is that who you think
I mean,
is
I
going to win?
I want Nashville to win because I got money on them. Do I think they're going to? No.
Yeah, but you have money on them to win the cup. Like, they're not
Right.
going to win the cup.
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, I'm going to say Nashville.
RA's going to be on the tarmac before they leave for Nashville, fucking around with their fucking airplane.
Yeah, I'm going to say Nashville in 7, even though I probably don't think they're going to win, but I'm just being loyal to my future bet, I guess, if that makes sense.
RA's
Which
back to the
I should
cook.
I should have no loyalty to any of my bets right now. I should be fucking killing
RA's
them all,
their
but-
omelet guy before game 1, stuck into the abs room. Just
Yeah.
fucking little.